Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Autobot Impactor. I'll get more on why it's called Autobot Impactor soon, because it's not just for trademark reasons. But well, if you remember my previous video, my most recent collection video, as of the time of this recording, I said that I was waiting for a couple of figures, and well, this was one of them. So he doesn't appear in my collection video, as I'm pretty sure he arrived a day after I'd recorded that video. But, well. Well, before I have a look at the figure, let's have a look at the packaging, like always. I just love the War for Cybertron Trilogy figure boxes. Well, like all Siege boxes, we've got the name sideways. We can see he's Autobot Impactor. We can see that he's fan-voted, because, well, there was a fan poll between this guy versus Mirage, I believe Trax versus Needlenose, and Wheeljack versus Spinister, all of which have gone toys in the future, aside from Needlenose, unfortunately. Because, well, Impactor and Mirage Impactor and Mirage won. I don't have Mirage as of this recording, though. Wheeljack got into Earthrise. Spinister, despite losing, also got into Siege. And Trax got into Kingdom. Now, for Needlenose, I don't know. There's no leaks of him in the Legacy toy line yet, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I do hope he gets into the Legacy toy line, because we really do need we do need to complete the Decepticon Double Target Masters, because Quake was in Time's Return, and we have Spinister and Siege, so we definitely do need Needlenose. But tangent aside, so yeah, this guy was fan-voted. And now the reason why he's called Autobot Impactor. Well, not only did we have the standard versions of Impactor and Mirage come out, but we also had a 2-pack with a hologram version of Mirage, which was just a blue translucent version of the figure, and a version of Impactor that was a Decepticon, and his head was actually retooled to resemble his IDW appearance, and it also had a retool of Cog, who was actually the Power Dasher Aragon, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. Let's have a close look at the rest of the box before I go off on another tangent. Well, we can see an Impactor here on the side. I just love these side views. I just think they look amazing. Got the backlight thing. I can't really see it on the camera, but according to TF Wiki, the backlight code for this guy is Wreckers. Of course. This guy was part of the Wreckers. It's in the UK Marvel Comics. The other side, we have all the Siege characters, which I've named before in other Siege reviews. The back of the box, where we have them in both modes. And here we have the advertised Battle Masters. And here we can see Aimless, which I have reviewed, so we'll show him wielding Aimless later on. As for this guy, I'm not sure who that is, and I'm not going to guess who that is, because I'm pretty sure I'll get it wrong. Oh yeah, we can see that he's 14 steps. The underneath, which is nothing to write home about. The top of the box with the Autobot insignia. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So, yeah. Now, let's have a look at Impactor in his tank mode. And, well, I think this is a cool looking tank mode. I mean, Impactor has changed vehicle modes over the years. Because, well, originally in the Marvel UK comics, I'm pretty sure he didn't transform. And in fact, in the letters page, when it was Blaster hosting the letters page, like, he straight up just said, "Who cares? He's dead." When someone, like, asked, "What does Impactor turn into?" So, yeah, I don't really read the UK comics. I was, like, I wasn't born during that time, as my voice tells. I'm pretty much a teenager right now. I reveal my age there, but anyways. But this guy was also, a version of Impactor was in the full Cybertron toy line. A retool of Onslaught, so he transformed into a military truck. Impactor was also in the Collectors Club, who as a retool of Rook from Combined Wars, so there he transformed into a SWAT vehicle. But this is my favorite vehicle mode for Impactor, a Cybertronian tank. I mean, I just think this looks really cool. I mean, I just love how this looks. I mean, we got the battle damage here because that was Siege's, one of Siege's gimmicks. We've got the main turret here. We've got a secondary turret. This kind of looks like the barrel on Shockwave's gun mode to me. Underneath, which doesn't really have any kibble, thankfully. Although we do have the rolling wheels for the tank mode. Just getting my blast effect parts from Aimless, because of course he is compatible with them. So you can put a blast effect part on the turret here. And if you really want to, you can also put one on this this little gun here. So you can do this if you want. Or if you want, you can have them blasting from here. I don't know, just wait however you wish. Or, since the box did show Aimless, we can put Aimless on here. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous, but it's an option. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the tank mode. I think it's a really cool tank mode. So let's get onto the transformation. And I think it's a really, cool transformation, especially how the legs work. So, just gonna start by readjusting my phone so we can see the robot mode better when I'm finished. Let's start by removing this. Come into here. Get these bits out. Sometimes easier said than done. These are going to be his feet. Rotate these around. Try to get the feet back in. Fold them up. Then move this entire section down and lock into place. And split the legs. So now we can have a tank girl walk. So that's cool. Next we're gonna split the arms. And a bit of parts forming, we're going to remove this gun. Move this chest section down. Rotate the arms around. Get the rotate the hands. There we go. Take the little shockwave gun thing, just flip that around. Open this little back canopy. Get the head out and turn it around. And with the Decepticon version of this mod, this would be an IDW inspired head, whereas here it's the Marvel UK comic inspired head. But well, here we have Impactor in his robot mode. Although not fully complete yet, if you know how Impactor normally looks. Although we'll get into that soon. So having a 360. Yeah, we can see we have some hollow bits here, for example this bit. And the legs, but other than that, I think this guy looks really cool. I mean, if you look at his head, I think that's a really cool looking head sculpt. And, well, even though this is not intentional, the Autobot insignia being purple, it definitely gives me a Shattered Glass vibe. It makes me wonder what kind of colors Impactor would have if he was in the Shattered Glass universe. Okay, now for weaponry. Well, of course we had the gun that we removed from the tank mode earlier, so it's technically weapons parts forming. And of course this little bit, which if you want he can hold, but the actual way to do it, or at least in my opinion, the actual way to do it is to flip the hand around and plug it into here, so it actually replaces his hand. So it's like this. So there you have that. Or as the box shows, you can also give him aimless. So yeah, sure. Also remove that because, well, I can't speak. I'm going to show off the blast effect compatibility because of course we have all the ports here. Got some on his legs, got some on his shoulders, even got one right here. So he can get shot right here on the chest. He can get shot on the shoulder. Or he can get shot right in the leg. Or of course you can give him either jetpack feet if you have the correct blast effects, or in this case, laser feet. So that's cool. Now finally, his articulation. Of course his head can rotate. Can sort of look up and down, I think. Well, it can definitely look up because of the transformation joint. Arms can of course move. Got an elbow joint. The elbows can swivel. If you move this out the way, you can T-pose. The wrist can sort of move in. The waist doesn't rotate, but this section does, so he typically does have a waist swivel. If you untransform that, then he does have an ab crunch. So he can be put in a sitting pose, which I think is really cool. So you can pose him like this. I really like that. The legs can go forward, they can go back. Of course, you can do the splits, and the splits are actually on a ratchet joint. These here that can swivel, and these are on a slight pivot. I say slight, it's only like to there. Although the reverse pivot is actually really good, although I don't know why you do that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Overall, I think this is a really good figure. I mean, sure, he has a bit of weapons parts forming, and he has some hollow bits that can stand out when you're trying to pose him. But, well, I'm the kind of guy that can actually ignore those flaws. You might not be the kind of guy, but I am, so I can let those slide. So, do I recommend this guy? Well, yeah. I mean, come on, it's Impactor. I mean, this guy rarely gets any mainline figures. It's mainly third party. I mean, the only mainline figures I can even think of are the full Cybertron version, the Collector's Club version, and this version. So, yeah, I definitely do recommend this version. I mean, if you don't mind the hollowness and the parts forming, that is, but yeah, aside from those, I definitely do recommend this guy because, well, it's Impactor, and, well, it's a really good figure overall. Well, this has been my review on Siege Impactor, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.